Red Hook Studios has announced that they're bringing a new pack of DLC to Darkest Dungeon, and that it's going to be online multiplayer. This credit where credit is due. This was creatively announced on April 1st. I guess, yeah, a couple days ago, they had their little what appeared to be an April Fool's joke, something that a lot of companies actually opted not to do, but they had their little thing. They had a little funny little tweet there that it was like, oh, you know, get ready for the next DLC. It's going to be great or whatever. And it was like clearly a joke, clearly not real. And then, and it showed this well done but cheap looking, fake looking thing that looked like fan art, but is official art, as it turns out. The whole thing was set up so people would be like, oh, haha, what a crazy idea that there would be online multiplayer in Darkest Dungeon. April 2nd, they say, check it out. We're doing it for real. It's actually coming. It's the next, presumably last piece of DLC for Darkest Dungeon. There's a lot of DLC. It sure looks like their little DLC packs have been kind of the backbone of one of the many backbones of how Darkest Dungeon has made its money. And it's pretty great. The thing that's interesting to me about this, aside from it's funny how it was announced, but I can't recall the last time that an indie game like this even attempted online multiplayer. Like, networked real online multiplayer, not the IO thing, not the fake multiplayer, not the thing that you see on Facebook and mobile games all the time where it's like a little AI opponent pretending to be your friend with their dumb little face, their Facebook profile picture, but it's just like AI or whatever. That's quite common. That doesn't exist so much in the indie game space that we care about, but that's a known thing. This is, as confirmed by Tyler Sigman, this is actual players, one player controlling such and such, the other player controlling so and so, duking it out. That's that's the universal sign of duking it out, as you know. The last game, there's been several, I suppose. I think, what is it, Invisigun Heroes and stuff. Like, I think that there are games that have tried, but online multiplayer is like usually the death knell of any kind of indie game. They don't even attempt it. They don't even try. Every now and then, company comes along, gives it a shot. The last one that I can recall, aside from Rocket League and stuff like that, is Castle Crashers. Castle Crashers had that little arena mode that was available that I don't know how popular it even was, but that was the last notable, like, big 2D hand-drawn indie game that I can recall that had, like, this mode. Darkest Dungeon is the next one. It's great. I think it's exciting, and I hope that more companies do it. The only problem is that there's very few companies that can, right? Red Hook is one of the few. Maybe Supergiant. I don't think they've done it. I don't know if Pyre had an online multiplayer mode. Not that I'm aware of. Yeah. I off the top of my head, I can't think about the companies that could even try to attempt this. I know that Red Hook's contemporaries locally in the Vancouver industry, they haven't attempted something like this. I don't think Crypt of the Necrodancer. I don't think there's likely to be a Celeste online multiplayer. I don't think there's likely to be a Chicory online multiplayer mode. It'd be great if there was. I'd like to see. Here's hoping that Chicory, several years down the line, right as the shadow of Chicory 2 looms, announces competitive online multiplayer. Dog versus dog with paintbrushes, like that scene in The Dark Knight with the pool cue. Maybe a bit dark for Chicory. Anyway, see you tomorrow.